Hey guys, how's it going? Jason Sensational here. Welcome back to the channel where today we're featuring a really old deck that has seen a pretty resurgence in appearance recently in the meta, and that is none other than Trundle Tryndamere with Feel the Rush. This is your very basic core standard SI Freljord control deck, and it's been seeing a lot of surges recently, especially within the EU shard, but even on NA it's still doing and posting some pretty good numbers. And there's a couple of reasons for that. The first is obviously Vengeance being buffed to 6 mana. I think a lot of changes like, 7 to 6 go unrealized rather not unrealized, but they don't look as impactful as they actually are. But the big thing about Vengeance now is that it's just so much more efficient. Instead of being at 7, you only need to spend 6, and now you feel a little bit less bad about trading it into like a 3 or 4 drop. Or you feel a little bit less bad if it gets denied. So this little change here is actually, quite crucial. Being able to Vengeance twice in one turn per se is also a huge addition to this card. Now, of course, there are some side benefits, like now it benefits with Jace and some other things, but now sharing the 6 mana pool with Minimorph as well, this card is now a lot better in comparison to some of the other control tools that we have. The second thing is, of course, a lot more aggro on ladder. So decks like Spiders, decks like Nightfall aggro, even things like the Fizz Lulu decks that have been roaming around on ladder recently as a way of combating against Ahri Kennen, are quite susceptible to the heavy control package of SI Freljord. So this deck runs, apart from the 3 Vengeances and 2 Ruinations, it runs cards like Withering Wail, Box, Avalanche, Blighted Ravine, Vile Feast. You just have such a huge core of package of control tools that you can pretty much deal with any situation. It makes your opponent think about whether they want to develop or open attack, and then you have ways of punishing both. So your opponent's always in a position that feels really bad because they just don't really know what the best line of play is. In addition to that, we obviously have Atrocity as a way to close games, especially paired with Feel the Rush being able to summon out 10-10 overwhelm units, Trundle then being able to scale to numbers like 15-14 attack, and then closing in with Atrocity is very devastating against a lot of other decks as well. Right now, a lot of removal is very damage based, very ping based. A lot of removals out there to get at Kennen Ahri, and now that there's a lot more of that kind of removal to deal with singular units like Trundle or Tryndamere are actually a lot less. And even a card like Vengeance doesn't actually work on Tryndamere because it just, levels up and becomes a 9/9. So the only real way to get rid of these cards is by like Ruination. And right now, the only real decks that run Ruination are decks like this. And because we have such a huge late game potential, we pretty much outscale any deck that goes out to turn 8, turn 9, depending on when we ramp, depending on when our attack turn is, and things like that. Our threats at the very late game are just so big, they come down all at once, and it becomes a very difficult thing for most decks to deal with as well again. This one of Ledros has done me quite well, being able to set up sticky board situations where its fearsome keyword actually comes into play, being able to pull away the one fearsome blocker with like the Trundle's Pillar, and then representing a board of Trundle, Tryndamere, and Ledros, where now, oh, if I Ruinate, I get left behind with Ledros and I have your HP. Or, oh, I mini-morph your Tryndamere, but then now you don't have a fearsome blocker for Ledros. You just have so many tools within this deck. It's just kind of incredible. And even better, you can tech this into what you want to beat. So you notice that this list only has one box. It has Catalyst. It doesn't run Ice Shard. If you really want to tech this deck hard into a deck like Kennen Ahri, you totally can. You just run 3 box. You start putting in Ice Shards if you really need to. And it just makes their lives a whole lot harder because now they just have so many different cards they need to play around. Like you can trim down the Ruinations, you trim down the Vengeances. If you're not playing into a lot of Pantheon, these are the first cards to go. And then you can put in things like boxes or Ice Shards or things like that. So super flexible deck list to beat pretty much anything you want. It's easy to tech into, and really not a lot of counters against this sort of deck style right now, because removal is so scarce or so ping heavy. So this is definitely a deck that's pretty high right now. I would definitely recommend this deck. I've been doing it pretty well, just like climbing on it all as well. So I would definitely check it out if the slower game plan of a style deck is more of your comfort zone. So definitely go try it out. I'll leave the deck list down below and enjoy some of the games. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, guys. Darkness. I wonder what this matchup's like. I like having a unit to be able to block like the Catalyst on turn 2. I could probably look for ramp here. Like, I feel comfortable keeping Field Rush. Ledgers could even be good in this matchup. I'll try it out just because it's a one-of. I have at least a card draw here. I'm looking for like Avalanche maybe. Huh. The rest of the hand is a little bit mediocre. I have to give him like a Darkness proc. Potential line I like Flash for reasons like Avalanche, but I don't think that's ever correct. I don't really think I want to tempo play this. Never mind. I can Avalanche that. If he has Veigar next turn, we need to save this plus this for it. I can like freeze it instead. Yeah, okay. I'll just do this. I think freeze has very little value in this matchup. And if he's able to play Veigar next turn, I want to have the ability to Avalanche Ravine it. Still not like the best scenario. And he has Veigar. Ish. Ramp is interesting. The only way to kill this is setting up like an Avalanche Ravine. We can't do it this turn, so there's no point really passing up our mana. Sure. So he wants to play like Dark Bolt Acolyte, and maybe even like Senna. Basically, scenario he plays Senna, and then I can like Avalanche Ravine him. Sick. It's a really good outcome for us. Yeah, like Stress Defense, save his Veigar. It does not, that's really huge. Double Field Rush, we have everything. Sort of everything. Now I can like be very flexible with our mana. This next turn we're going to play Field Rush, and then we have Ledros, and then Field Rush again. I'll probably just play this as like a body. We still have the threat of Vengeance. Okay. Let him use his Darkness, but he still needs to generate like another one. Doesn't seem to have it, unless he wants to play around Vengeance. Only deals 5. He can mini-morph one of them, but that still leaves the other one. It's unfortunate the Pillar drags the Conchologist, not the Veigar. But we are starting to apply a lot of pressure to him, and like he's gonna have to start mini-morphing things. Can't kill Trundle, can you? How do you kill Trundle this thing? You just want to level Veigar? You're not like putting me on a clock yet either. I suppose that makes sense. Oh, but now Veigar gets pulled. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sold on that play necessarily. Because he can't Ruinate me this turn. And I'm just going to jam Ledros and go after his Veigar and present lethal 2 ways. What wondrous discoveries await below? Because like if he Ruinates, I just get a Tryndamere, right? And I win the game. Man, keeping Ledros, huh? Like, I feel like this is close to checkmate. He needs a fearsome blocker. He needs like a mini morph and like a stress defense. Now I get a free kill on Veigar. Exali has to block the fearsome. Let's say he has like a stress defense. I want to put it here because this scales. And now he has no fearsome blocker here. Oh yeah, he's so dead. Is he? Stress defense. No, stress defense saves him, but he loses Veigar. Okay. I think this outcome is still very favorable for us. He's pretty much out of threats. He only has one Veigar left, and we can easily entomb it if we ever need to get to that position. We can Field Rush again and pull out another Tryndamere, and that should just wrap things up. Yep. Nice. Fizz Lulu. So this match is okay because of the ability to whale box avalanche ravine him. It's very hard for him to just get like a board of any sort to stick to play Yoron Arms. And worst case scenario, even if he does play Yoron Arms, we do also have the ability to ruinate his board. So this should be a fine matchup. It would be even better if we ran like Ice Shards, but I think this is pretty good. As long as we draw our removal, that is. Like, we only have one Ravine here. This is most likely a useless card. Keeping Tavern Keeper was maybe a little bit suspicious, and this might not be casted anytime soon either. So this is a little bit rough. Not a card I want to see right now. Card. Setting up for a turn 4 Blighted Ravine, looks like. Ruination also is a really good card in this matchup. Because like the worst case scenario, if the Thingamabobber doesn't work out, we do have this to answer Yoron Arms. And we'll just slam Kindly Tavern Keeper down here. It's not really drawn what we need, huh? Let's get excited.
Are you ready? Let's take it for a spin.
Yep, just setting up the ravine. Moon Glow. It's cute. And annoying. Very annoying. And a Lulu. We can like freeze trade the Lulu. Sure. Dealing with the Fizz on the other hand is gonna be a little bit of a nightmare. Such an annoying card. Moon Glow is insane for him. We'll play this next turn so that it stifles his development. The Fizz though, I have no idea what we're gonna do with that. Whale's a good draw. Hand is very awkward too. Hopefully it just like plays into like a whale. Or he just like plays the Ordon Arms and we can ruinate. Okay. Like we'll probably just like double whale Fizz, something like that. Or like whale into ruination on some later turn. Okay. We can also just like play Catalyst this turn. Probably just start off with a singular whale. Save ourselves a point of health, remove spell shield, and set this into whale range. It's like as long as we keep his whole board in whale range, there's actually not that much we need to be afraid of. And with double ruination, it's very hard for him to develop meaningful board states. Like, as long as his board is never like, you know, winning against the non-existent whale I don't have in my hand. Huh. Why did I think I had a second whale in my hand? It's a little bit awkward. Oops. Fizz leveling is also a nightmare. Oh boy. That's a good draw. I want to play Catalyst. I should have played Catalyst this turn. This has 2 health. It's kind of annoying. That's annoying. Just gonna play it. Oh god, his Fizz is gonna level. Okay, that's easy Ruinate then. Okay, pretty happy with this outcome. We can't Ruinate next turn though, but he's very limited on units. Assuming one of these cards is Yordle arm, I have a unit on board with Vile Feast, I can freeze another. I'm not super worried about some sort of development here. Drawing Tavern Keeper is really good. Treasure Trash. He main decks this card? Crazy, man. Oh, it can Ruinate, okay. So not the end of the world, I guess. 3 spells, 3 cards. What can you do? What? What a joke. Nothing from his hand was discarded. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? What is this? Like, I need to Ruinate that sometime, but none of his cards were destroyed. That's, like, insane. Like, none of his cards I got were... Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it? Oh, he probably got like a rally, huh? Is that what he's holding? Third card he doesn't want to play yet. There's no way. So stupid. Yeah. What a completely idiotic turn. Lulu. On the same deck, which, you know, should be a fine matchup. We were totally winning that game if he didn't pull Treasure Trash there. But, you know, can't mope too long about it. That was stupid. Ruination, good card. Avalanche, good card. 2-drop, fine. Yeah, okay. Played 2-1 for no drop. Seems okay. We'll hold this just in case we want to Avalanche next turn. That's not true, you can still Avalanche, but with the Vile Feast draw, we don't have to do anything anymore. I'll play this now to block here. And this gives me flexibility on what I want to do next turn. Potentially you can Avalanche, potentially I just want to Vile Feast. Sure. I will just play Kindly Tavern Keeper. I want to like clear his board with Avalanche, right? He really has no attack, yeah. Ooh, Ravine's a good draw.
Hello, anyone want to join my party?
That has to go.
For the homestead.
What I'm thinking is I'm just gonna like Blighter Ravine Avalanche him. I can't Ruinate next turn, unfortunately.
Alert the village.
Oof, 1 man off. I was potentially supposed to wait till next turn to just Vengeance this. Only had known. But like Avalanche should still clear most of the board he like plays down. Except for Bandle City Mayor.
This requires my largest official hat.
I think to him it's pretty clear I have another Ravine or Avalanche. Just like how he wants to use that information.
Are you ready?
Wow, none of these things die. Oh boy. If he passes here, that's good for us, because then we can just open with Avalanche. This at least lets us block.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Okay. And then we can just Avalanche. Go on Avalanche.
Let's talk about your dad. Friends.
I think we're still fine. We have the whale. Most of his deck involves like 1 health units. This Thrall shouldn't come down before I feel the rush, so theoretically this isn't representing much of an issue at all. If he ever wants to play Jordan Arms, we do have Ruination. So ultimately I'm still feeling pretty comfortable here. Like if he develops big, we have Vengeance. If he goes wide, we have the whale.
Let's go.
Sure.
Grab my hat. Comb my mustache.
What are these things with these guys with more than like, I don't even want to Vile Feast that, because like I have whale. It's probably supposed to like Vile Feast this guy, because like this open attack's a little bit scary. What the? That's so stupid, oh my god. Yep.
Tide's coming in.
I mean, you know, honestly, we're still fine. We're gonna play Field Rush on our next attack turn and just win the game. We have the Atrocity, so we should be fine. So the main goal here is just not to die before then. We have 1 whale, his board is very susceptible, we're looking okay. I can continue passing and see what's up. If I can play Trundle beforehand, that'd be really good. But I want to make sure I'm able to like Vile Feast, Withering Whale, and then bank 3 mana to next turn.
It's good to be the king.
That's a Vile Feast. I can still play Trundle here, realistically. I'll start the Vile Feast because I know you need to play it for the whale. I guess we can play Trundle here then. We had a nice soft pass next turn with the Ice Pillar. We still hold up the ability to whale. Not this turn, but I don't think that really matters. He could potentially like, what? No, he can't. Okay. Ooh, if he gets like the Meteor that gives everything +1/+1, that's really annoying. We have 2 units on board. He likely has 2 units as well if he wants the Yodel Arms. Otherwise, he has to like replace the Frozen Thrall, which then again I don't particularly care about. Actually, it's really good if he replaces this, then my timeline to win can be pushed back even further. So like next turn I could potentially even like Withering Whale plus Vengeance if I need to, just in case he goes really tall with a unit. Okay. I mean, he's gonna like open attack, right? It's like no way you can just like play Yordle Arms here. And if he open attacks, I'm not dying.
Here I am.
Lulu.
Whoever here is.
Can't handle a little
Main goal here again is just not to die.
one troll to rule 'em all.
And then worst case scenario, I can just Whale Vengeance.
They won't like this. I'm ready.
third. Huh. Is there like a King Jarvan coming down or something?
Let's use all the colors.
Why is he protecting this? Oh, he has like a rally? That's cute. So has like a Fizz spell, right? Not sure if that saves him necessarily. We could like stack. Like we can do like this. Just to be completely safe. He Fizz spells me. Then like what? He pushes like 4 damage. I have Ledger's Atrocity as well. Yeah, almost played safe. It's very likely has Fizz spell, and whatever he really calls or rallies, honestly doesn't really matter. Oh, Fizz spell, really? I don't know how he wins from here. He needs to have 12 points of burn. It's the only other way. Oh, that's not it. Doesn't have it.
I'll knock 'em dead.
You just have another fearsome blocker here. Well, I don't see a punish to this. I could have done it the other way. But even if nothing, if the worst case scenario, I just Atrocity the Ledros next turn. And I think this is a much better showcase of how this matchup really goes. We just have so many control tools. Now that Vengeance got, like, you know, that slight buff it really needed to start being a lot more efficient. Swarm decks like these without, like, combat tricks just don't really get by. He kills Ledros. I think the safer play was just attack with Trundle, then play Ledros after the fact. Yeah. But that's like all of his burn gone. And it doesn't change the fact that he's still dead to Atrocity next turn. But I mean, like, yeah, it was pretty clear he didn't have any fearsome blockers, so that was the sort of play he had to make.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, we're so close to. And then we have Atrocity, he only has 1 card. He gets the Thrall, which is hilarious. He has Lethal if I didn't have Atrocity, that's so funny. It's so crazy too. That's actually really crazy, but we always get there. Okay, so this is Kindred, Elise. These cards have no real value. I'm looking for more of my either like Vengeance for Kindred or more of my like bigger removal. So like Avalanche, Ruination. Like there's nothing really that dies like a singular ping within this deck. Apart from like the Spiralings that like Elise generates. But it's not a lot of early pressure, and we can simply just like Catalyst on like turn 3 even. I'm not really under a lot of pressure, even if he plays like the Brewery Sentinel on turn 3. We can just hold off until like a Ruination. That's like a really good draw as well. I think ramping here is still fine. Even if he plays like Brewery Sentinel, I'm not that scared either. And he doesn't have it. Okay, nice. So like, this just isn't that much pressure. This Avalanche is gonna clean up nicely. Question is, do you want to Avalanche now? I think he plays like Kindred. I have like Avalanche Whale that will clear his entire board, so I'm happy to just like kindly Tavern Keeper now. If he plays like Kindred plus X, I think that's the most favorable position we can put ourselves in. If he just wants to kill this, then perfectly happy, because then we still have Avalanche plus like Withering Whale. Ideally, he like, even more ideally, he plays like another Sentinel, or he plays like Kindred this turn, and then tries to set up like some sort of slays onto it. And then we can kind of go in with like Avalanche plus Withering Whale. Sure. Can we pass here? No, I'm pretty happy at just avalanching. So I want to pass because I have Ruination, obviously. But if I pass and he passes back and then he open attacks, that's a lot of damage. Whereas now if he open attacks, I can just whale his board. And even if he deals further into this turn, I do have the Withering Whale, right? So this is perfectly fine. Or no rush to do anything. And like that's another reason why this deck is so good, is because we just completely go much bigger than a deck like this, right? That aims to go a little bit wider, aims to use like the units on board and deal damage early on, and then eventually burn out your opponent. That strategy just doesn't quite work. We'll take 3 here, I guess. We'll just like whale this turn. And again, we always represent Ruination, which makes his developments awkward, and we just simply slow down the game. Because now like we're back to 19, right? 17, sorry. Math is hard. And this is why we could ramp on like turn 3, right? And now I have Ruination. The more he wants to develop into that, you know, the more punish he gets as well. It's like, you know, just pass again. Next turn we start to have like Field Rush, we have Ledros. A lot of things that just start to really scare him that he can't really deal with. And even this board is susceptible to like Avalanche and stuff like that, so he's, again, scared to even commit to it. So this is where we need to be a little bit careful. Let's say he has Ruination. If we play Field Rush, he Vengeances like Trundle. It's not like the end of the world. And then we play like Ledros. I just don't want to put myself in a position where I'm somehow behind on Ledros and he Ledroses me, but I always have this freeze, so I don't think anything I do really matters here. I just want to play Field Rush so I can set up the pillar. Don't know why he's emoting me so much. Oh, he has... Okay. I know what's up. I bet he has... Maybe he has like Passage Unearned. That'd be pretty funny if he does. Like, if he's tagging specifically against Field Rush and just runs Passage Unearned, like, good on him. But yeah, like, Thermal and Trundle, oh no. No, I'm pretty safe to just slam Ledros here. Like, if he wants to counter Ledros, I always have Flash Freeze, and that never realistically works out for him. And then, of course, I also have the Atrocity. Like, I just have much better tools to end the game than him. Especially with this freeze, I get to counter a lot. So, like, this counter Ledros from him at this point, it doesn't actually matter that much.
Do not stand in my way.
I want to keep Ledros around, or do you do this? I'll make him trade with a 3-3 if he wants. If he wants to like, bounce Ledroses, I think that only hurts him. Because he wants Ledros to Atrocity, right? If he wants to bounce Ledroses, I'm perfectly happy, because then at some point he's going to be forced to replay Ledros, and that's kind of where things go south. Because like I'll easily have Atrocity to counter his Ledros. And I have a little bit of healing, not much, but just enough that I need. Like, if he ever replays Ledgers, he just straight up loses. I could even just, like, atrocity this. Like, there's no danger. He can't double vengeance me. I don't see how he beats this. Unless he has 6 points of burn. Which then we should just be patient if he's continuing to slow down the game like this. Like, while there's no risk besides us dying this turn to burn, it means that we should always play this patiently. Yeah, that's our ticket. Yeah, his Florida deck just really can't beat Field Rush unless I don't draw like my endgame cards, but his endgame is just slightly smaller than ours. Definitely relies a lot more on board, which we have a lot better removal for. And I think that's pretty free victory.
Not even a challenge.
Ah, classic. If we actually had like ice shards or like some more boxes, we're a little bit light teched against this sort of matchup, which makes it a little bit tougher because they do have rough denies for our field rushes. But we do have Whale, we do have Ruination, we do have Box, we do have Avalanche, we do have Blighted Ravine. We have control tools to help like run down this matchup, but we just don't have enough. Really? But Box? How do you beat Box? We just like Vile Feast plus Whale this turn? Like, what happens when I box you? Then we just Whale first, and then get a Spiderling. Seems kind of awkward playing that into like box turn. I mean, he just has like another one, right? Oh, he saves Kennen. Interesting. Okay, happy with that. Another one. Play another one. Yeah, I don't mind just like slightly stressing him a bit here. Notify. It's a pretty good Notify, I guess. His hand is very awkward. That's a good draw. Like, how did they develop into me? It's a good turn for him. That heals too, that's very annoying. We had to kill Kennen, but nothing else. It's kind of rough. We can like pass here maybe. I don't know if I want to pass. Ooh, I can't ruin it either. So what do I do here? Go hard? Give me a card, okay. Vengeance? What if we just Vengeance sign in? It's not good. Seems really bad. I don't know. I don't want him to like be able to Odd Willow it. I do have, you know, some board clears. Whereas these Vengeances are only really good against Ahri. Flash Freeze is good against Ahri.
The forest and I are one.
Okay, not really doing anything this turn. I don't know how we win this. Like, we can't just like play Tryndamere on 8. There's a God Willow.
Will make you strong.
Kennen level 1 Kennen. Might like Whale this turn, just to like stress the Kennen.
Light steps.
I want to stress out denies. Not that this is like a particularly like necessary deny. He could even like Lightning Rush. Yeah, it's a little bit more risky to Lightning Rush because of like Vile Feast. Second win, okay. Like that has to be good for us. Again, puts everything back into Blighted Ravine range. Whoever wants to develop next turn again, we have the Ravine. So again, just like making his turns as awkward as we can. Issue is we have to pass. Or do we? Maybe we should just like slam Ravine here. Make sure we get the kill on these guys if we can. I think it's like recall, it's not even a good turn. I don't know, it's tough.
I have studied every fighting man.
Okay.
Two steps into moonlight. This way.
Oh, that's getting vile feasted. Again, we'll just stress the same things. He can't go in for like a kill. Second notify, okay. Sure. Oh, we can play Trundle now. That's a really good draw for us. Like, Trundle can start threatening the board. We don't want to commit to like these guys that can get easily bounced by Homecoming. And we want to be able to set up for like a Blighter Ravine eventually. Hiller gets to... doesn't hit Ahri. It's a little bit annoying. And we do have to open, huh? Well, technically we don't have to open. By playing this, we can bait him into playing Kennen, and then potentially try to get him with like a Blighter Ravine. Why would he play it now? It's a little bit bizarre to me. Like, you just play it next turn because they want to play Pillar, right? I think this play is wrong, because like, you know I want to play Kennen, or you know I want to play Ice Pillar. Whoa. Okay, interesting. So he's gonna get another Kennen here, right? Oh, I see, though, because he gets another Kennen.
You will see my final move.
We're slowly running out of options here. It's gonna be tough.
It's good to be the king.
Not enough to like just jam Field Rush here. Even though if he doesn't have like a deny, he could potentially win. But deny, Homecoming, concussive palms, anything of this sort just like really gets us. It still leaves us mana to Ruinate. Not that I think we are gonna Ruinate. Just gonna recall like Ahri. This gets rid of Kennen and Ahri. So even if he has Deny here, he still loses his Kennen at least. We have the Flash Race for Ahri next turn. Worst case scenario, it's a Deny. Okay, I think that's okay. Like, he still loses his Kennen. Oh, I should attack just to scale its attack. So I'm gonna attack it. He's most likely gonna develop, and I'm just gonna swing in because I want to scale this guy's attack. No, no, just strike here. Why not? No, it's not.
This is gonna be fun.
I just want an 11 attack bundle, even if he stuns it. Right. Okay, so I do have Flash Freeze for Ahri.
Eyes open. Watch the branches.
Jesus, that's not good. That's actually really bad. Because now we don't beat much. Like, any twin just like really gets us. He already used 2 twins. So like, he only has 1 more twin as far as like things go. Like, we're not dying here, are we? Oh, we are dying. That's annoying. Like, any recall here. Even like, the worst part is any recall just like gets us. Like, recall any buff. We had 3rd twin, wow. You know, can't do much. That matchup's definitely rough. You have to tech a lot harder for it to make it like good. You need more boxes, ice shards potentially. Stuff it in there, all of it. Ah. This Teemo Caitlyn, while cute and all, I don't think it's ever like made a name for itself. I like keeping like Blighter Ravine Whale because into like a lot of its units. It has 3 health. So like Puffcat Peddler, I Ravine Whale. Caitlyn, I can Ravine Whale. Teemo, I can like Whale. Or just kill with Ravine.
Starts with mushrooms.
I'm not gonna Battle Feast it next turn, I'm just gonna Battle Feast it when it actually threatens. Avalanche, great draw. So next turn I have like Avalanche plus Battle Feast. Any 3 drop you want to play is most likely a 3/3, meaning either Caitlyn or Puffcat Peddler. Makes it like slightly awkward for him. If he like solo attacks here, I need to decide on what I want to do. But now he makes my life a little bit easier, and I just do the thing. There is a call to let Caitlyn through. Oh, he main decks that card. Sweet. Can I take this damage? I probably can. Now that everything dies to Whale, I don't really want to be like killing these. Like, in this point, I just pass again, right? Well, he could have another one. Another one would be quite annoying. I'm just gonna slam Ravine here. No, I'm fine passing. Because of Whale, I'm fine passing. Like, he can't open attack. Drawing all these Puffcats is kind of annoying. Or like, rather, if he does open attack, I have Whale plus Vile Feast. So if he has second Teemo to level Teemo, I can Vile Feast Teemo. Worst case scenario is like he has Stress Defense. Or he has like another Purple Berry Shake. Oh my god, this guy's a monster. I'm not really in the... Like, I should have just Ravined. Against my better judgment. But he had... I mean, he's just a god gamer, man. He's just drawn double Purple Berry Shake. Like, what do you want me to do against that? Now I have to, like, pretty much Ravine.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the waves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if mushrooms
Nice Valley Ravine.
I'll have what he's having.
I'm actually not in a good spot. I'm not in the worst spot either, but we could be doing better for ourselves. Quick. Oh. That's pretty funny. We're getting outplayed so hard this game.
grow up so fast.
I have to Vengeance that Teemo, huh? That's so rough. Oh, he even runs Hex Tech, whoa. I need to be mana efficient here. We're gonna get a lot of cards now. If he's running Hex Tech, then this might be a worse matchup for us. Unfortunately. Double Hex Tech, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we need to start closing out the game. The bright side is he doesn't actually have like a card like Ezreal to close things. This Teemo is quite scary though. If he solo attacks with Teemo, we just Vengeance it. We can't let it strike again. We can play Trundle plus Teemo, that's really good. Right? No, we can't. But now I can double Vile Feast. Like, here's what's gonna happen, or at least I assume. He's gonna play Teemo, he's gonna swing in double Mushroom Cloud, and we just like double Vile Feast him. This is also a good opportunity to dump our hand. Make sure we don't take 4 damage from Chump Bump, which I also think is very important. You're gonna play them? Yeah. Can't resist. Oh, there's no way you have third purple. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Now we can play Pillar, we can play Field Rush, and we can't play Field Rush quite yet. But we can play Pillar and start closing out the game. Only 25 puff caps. Like, so say like Karina's me. Atrocity is a great draw. Not drawing a lot of puff caps is good news. I don't know if it's good news, but we can potentially end the game this turn. Like, if he plays Karina, we can just like potentially kill him with Atrocity on Trundle. Okay. I can go a little bit wider here.
Can see the Demacian border from here.
I didn't have mana to Fury plus Atrocity. I'm just trying to put him into Atrocity range. And I need my Trundle to not randomly die, ideally. I think I can just make this turn to go wide, as long as I keep up 3 Sisters plus Fear the North, just so my Trundle doesn't die. And just see where I can slowly push like small increments of damage. Stay off,
never let my guard down.
Like, I want to whale that.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Again, keeping up Fury of the North. Okay.
I'll knock 'em dead. One smack'll do.
And we're just making sure we can get every incremental point of damage in as we can. Seems unnecessarily greedy. I am a little bit scared of stress defense. Potentially there's even like a mini more. It's a little bit tough to say.
All in the report, Sheriff.
I could go for like a whale right now.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid.
Jeez. I maybe should have tapped under Atrocity this turn. We can like double Vengeance if we really want to though. See how many traps we draw though. 0. 1. 3.
I'll scout ahead.
We're pretty much aiming to try to win this turn. I can't let this die. How much damage are we taking? A lot. We probably have to win this turn though. How do we do that? Like, we just go for the Atrocity? He has Stress Defense or 1 off. If he has Mini Morph, we win. Like, we have to win this turn. There's no question about that. So it's whether or not he has Stress Defense to, like, punish me for this play. Because, like, Mini Morph doesn't do it. Because I have the 3 Sisters.
Love the smell of mushrooms.
Oh, he's gonna do the thing. Wait, he has 3 Insider Knowledges? No way. No way, no way. Oh, that's crazy. It's actually crazy. Oh, I see. He has to deal 11 to me. 1. 2.
Examining the evidence.
Ah, so close. I mean, realistically, he was only dealing 4 damage there, so we got there. Definitely in ways we could have lost, which is a little bit scary. Like, potentially tapping into Atrocity last turn was a mistake.